Hello guys, it's Cindy with Living Rich with Coupons. Hope everybody is well today. It is hump day, it's Wednesday, and it's February 17th, and it is a warmer day here in New Jersey, and luckily because it's been pouring, and I'd rather have it be rain than be snow, so we're happy that it's just rain here in New Jersey. So as you all start coming in, welcome to everybody. Hi, Claire. And today we're going to be talking about how I use cash envelopes to help me stay on budget. So I think this is a great topic, and it'll give you a little glimpse into how we budget and how we make sure we stay on track. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Teresa. Yeah, you finally made it to the viewing. Welcome. Hi, Dana. Hello, everybody. Thank you all again for coming in to my home, and thank you for letting me into your home and chat about this. Again, we're talking about how to use cash envelopes, how I use cash envelopes to help me stay on budget. Hi, Lisa. Hello, everybody. Hi, Jess. So I have my envelopes today, and I'm going to show you them in a minute. But before I do, yesterday we talked about the importance of having a budget and how it's really one of the best things besides couponing that you can do for to really keep your money under control. And so what I want to talk about today is, besides just how this helps me stay on budget, is to tell you a little bit about how to set it up. And we had a post yesterday that showed you a lot of that, but I'm going to go through it real quick. The first thing you want to do to set up your budget is to go through all of your income coming in and expenses going out, and really write them all down. Everything, every single thing that you have spent over the last year on restaurants and on your pets, whatever it is, all the little things, on your groceries, everything, write it all down. It's going to take you some time. It's not going to be an easy process, but you need to do this. And you should have two categories when you're done. You should have a fixed income and fixed expenses, and fixed and variable income and variable expenses. So you should have two things going on there. Based on all of that, you're going to write your budget, and it's going to be what's called a zero-based budget. And that means that every dollar that comes in is accounted for. And that doesn't mean that you spend it all. That means what happens is you budget it for the items that are your expenses, and then at the end, that money that's left over is tagged for your savings. So every dollar should be accounted to something. Now, if you have too much money going out than you have coming in, you need to make a lot of adjustments to get that to equal out. But that's how you get started with your budget. And another thing that we'll talk about another time is an emergency fund, and how important that is to have, and to start off with about $1,000 in an emergency fund. And I know that sounds like a lot. And we actually, when we were in debt and we were, my husband was out of work, we actually made that a priority. So where the heck did we get that money from? Because we were in the negative, but we wound up, I was so determined to do this and to make sure I had $1,000 for situations that may come up, so I didn't fall back into the situation I was, that we started selling some things from and the house that had been sitting around for a while. So we did that. We were ate out of our stockpile a couple of months throughout the year to really put money into an emergency fund. So we had that set aside. Anyway, besides that, I want to tell you, once you get your budget set up, you're going to have money that you'll want to put in cash envelopes. And what that means is, when you get paid, you're going to take out X amount of dollars from your paycheck and put it into your budgeted items for your envelopes. So here's my envelopes. These are my cash envelopes. So we got a little fancier thing now. Actually, this is from Dave Ramsey, but these show my envelopes here, and what we have them set up for. And there you can see they're all falling apart because we use them so much. But you don't have to have anything fancy. It could be the envelopes you get from the bank, just anything to keep them organized. So what we have are envelopes for our grocery, and we have set aside $100 a week for that, which is more than we had back when I first started. We had $75 a week. But the great thing is I don't ever use it all. So over weeks and weeks and weeks, it builds up in here, and which is so awesome. I love, because then you could, decide what you want to do with it. You can either use it for something special that you saved up for, put it in your savings account, or just keep it building, and maybe one time you'll have a bigger purchase that you will use it for. But we have grocery, $100. We have a clothing that we budget that we do $50. And this is every 2 weeks for us. We put money in here. And then we have restaurant money, which we didn't have this in the beginning, but now we do. We have it $40. And Natalie, I guess it's Natalie I'm talking to. Why have envelopes rather than just one envelope? Because I'll tell you that in a second, as soon as I go through that. That's a good question. We have blow money for my husband, $25. We have blow money for me, $25. We have haircut, $30. And there's a couple more over here, which is gas and my dog for his haircut and dry cleaning. So that's a good question. Why have them separated? The reason you have them separated is so that you stay on track for each of your budgeted items. So if I had one envelope with a whole bunch of money in it, and I decided, well, we're going to go out to dinner, and you grab money out of your envelope, and you just use up whatever's there without paying attention to how much you're spending, then when you go to do your grocery shopping, you might be short there. So this keeps you focused on each item. So if I've used up my restaurant money, say for instance, so we went out to dinner and I used my restaurant money, and we wanted to go again, and I only have $20 in there left. Now that's going to I'm either going to say, no, I can't do it, or we have to go someplace where it's going to be under $20. So it really keeps you focused on what you're spending, and makes sure that you spend the allotted amount and stay under the allotted amount. Now, that works great for your cash envelopes. And plus, you know what? It's really, when you have cash, it's really hard to overspend, because you don't want to. Handing over somebody cash is so much different than handing somebody over, in my opinion, handing over a credit card, or even a debit card for that matter. It's so much easier to stay focused when you have cash. Now, this is what the information I'm giving you here as far as the cash envelopes is my personal experience, how it helps me. If you all find different ways, because there's a back and forth on credit cards versus not having credit cards, and I personally don't believe in them because I'm not good with them, but some of you are very good with them, and you can use them to track yourself and earn your points or whatever you have for your credit cards. I can't do that. It won't work for me, and this is very, very empowering for me, because it keeps me in control of my finances. Now, this is great for my cash items, but what about things like that are variables in my budget, like my utility bill, or my other items sometimes are always the same, like my Verizon bill, which seems to change all the time, and things like that. Well, we keep in our bank account, we put our own money in one account, in our checking account. We keep what we use Quicken to use that to separate. They're like virtual envelopes for us. So what we do is when in Quicken, we kind of hacked Quicken and we took our checking account and then we added additional accounts in Quicken, not in our bank, but in Quicken. And we named each additional account the envelope name. So our gas bill, our phone bill, our cable bill, we have an account for hospitality for when we have a party or something. So we have a car I spoke about yesterday. We are saving for a car. We have a car fund. We have a car repair fund. We have a vacation fund. So we don't want all this cash sitting around. So it's in the bank, and in Quicken, we have it transferred into these virtual envelopes in Quicken so that we can see how much money is building up or getting too low in this Quicken account. Again, these are all the money is in our checking account, but our virtual Quicken accounts show them as different envelopes, so to speak, in our Quicken account. So it's easy for us to see where we're short, where we have a lot, what level we're at. Can we go on this vacation? Can we buy this car like I spoke about yesterday? Quicken, what is Quicken? Quicken is a program for doing your checking account and things like that. So this is how we stay on budget, and this is how we keep track of it. And every single month, we analyze what we spent, what was too much, what was too little, where we need to adjust, and where we can ease up a little bit or things like that. But every single year, the beginning of every year, we sit down and we go through the budget for the entire year for every month. We set up all of our envelopes, whether they're virtual or they're cash envelopes like this. We say how much we're going to be putting in each time we're paid, and how much we can afford. And then every month we revisit it to make sure, are we on track? Can we make adjustments? Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you is don't take from one envelope if you're short, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to put the money back because something else will come up along the way. So stay focused on what that envelope has in it and only use what's in that envelope. It's not easy at first. When we first did this, the first 3 months, I was like, I cannot do this. This is so hard. And we stuck with it. We were determined. And after about 3 months, we started getting used to it. It got so much easier. And now I can't imagine not having it. I feel lost without it. I would feel lost without it. And it's really helps us to stay focused and keep us on track and know what we can and cannot afford. So I promise you, it does get easier, promise. So I'm going to actually, gonna look and see if there's any questions. Let's see. I answered that one about the envelopes. Why have instead of one envelope? One of my friends actually uses envelopes as well, and once the money is gone, it's gone, she says. That's exactly right. Once the money is gone from that envelope, you gotta wait. You gotta wait until you put money in there again. And that's what's good about, that's the importance of the emergency fund, because if there is an emergency, then you're not taking it from envelopes, you're taking it from that emergency fund. Where can I get your organizer? This is actually from Dave Ramsey. I found it on Amazon, but you don't even need to spend money on this. You can just start off with regular envelopes. We treated ourselves to this somewhere along the line. I'm not sure. Do you maintain an envelope for gifts? Yes, I do. That's in my virtual envelopes. But it could be in our cash envelope too, if you wanted it to be. We do gifts, one for that as well. So we have one for gifts. Where can I purchase? Again, it's a Dave Ramsey. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Financial Peace University. But again, you don't need to spend money on that. You can just use regular envelopes. I've been using cash envelopes for years. It keeps me on point financially. Absolutely great. Came in after started. How much do you allow for household items like paper towel, cleaner, dishwasher? Well, that's all in my, all those kind of items are in my grocery budget. That's everything. My grocery budget for $100 includes my food, my household, everything I would buy at the grocery store. So that's $100 per week. We budget in for that. QuickBooks. I thought it was QuickBooks. Maybe it's either one of those. It's an accounting program. You can easily find it on Amazon. It is like a spreadsheet. Quicken is super easy to use, highly recommended. It's usually on sale during tax season. Julie, very good. It actually is on sale during tax season. And we use it, we just kind of hacked it to make our own virtual envelopes in there so we can see. So we kind of transfer, every time we get paid, we transfer money into the different envelopes. But again, it stays in our bank account. Let's see. How do I convince my husband to get on board? Well, it wasn't hard for me to convince my husband because we didn't have a choice at the time. We were broke, and we didn't have a choice, so we had to do something. But, you know, I don't, like, I would put out maybe like, you know, some pros and cons so that you guys can see them together, and see, maybe he'll come on board that way if he sees the pros and cons of it. There's so many pros to it. Do you have a master list of categories? I don't have a master list of categories because everybody's personal information is different. Some people have health insurance they have to pay for, some people don't. So there's, you know, it's everything that's in that you have money going out should be a category. So you would make your own categories. See if you find an online example of Quicken to view and have him watch. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Oh, you can't hear. Patricia found the envelope organizer for $15 on Amazon. Again, you don't have to spend that. Just regular envelopes. Get them from even the bank. But that is everything for today regarding why I find cash envelopes to be so important to me, whether they're the cash or even the virtual ones. I hope that helped you guys. Oh, it's very inspirational. Oh, good. I'm glad. Pulling envelopes out of the closet now. I am glad. Make sure you go through your expenses, write them all down, really set a good budget and stick with it. It's so important. It's been life-changing for me. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope it inspires you to get your finances on track so that the money that you're saving on your grocery couponing is being used wisely. So tomorrow we are going to be talking about tips for shopping at Costco. And I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you stop by tomorrow because it's going to be a fun one, talking about all different ways that I like shopping at Costco and saving and tips for that. So we'll see you tomorrow. Happy couponing. Keep on couponing. Bye.